Great atmosphere. It's huge for us to gain some momentum and continue to run with it there in the second half.
Bo, can you just take me kind of through your view of Pat's play? Because you're already down 10-3. They're potentially right at the goal line, and all of a sudden it's 10-10. Just give me kind of from your POV on that play.
Well, that was huge. That was probably the play of the game. Big momentum shifter. I was sitting right there with Davis and the guys on the bench and saw him catch it, and kind of how their offense was set up. I didn't think anybody was going to make the tackle, so I just kind of stayed put and watched it from the Jumbotron and enjoyed everybody celebrating.
Bo, you guys got going in the second half. What worked well for you there? Had a couple passing touchdowns, had the rushing one. What was working well for you guys?
Well, we got short fields. Another 2 interceptions in the second half set us up with great field position. And, we just took what we had and we made the most of our opportunity there. When you get turnovers like that, it's important you score touchdowns, and we did that today.
Bo, there was a very lively conversation with you and Sean Payton after that 45-yard incompletion there. What was going on there, and why were you so heated about it?
Yeah, well, he turned and looked at me and said, "I love you," and I turned and said, "I love you back."
Bo, Payton mentioned about the play, I guess, to Troy Franklin that would have been a potential touchdown. It flipped. Could you take us through that? Was Troy Franklin meant to get the ball, or or it was someone else?
Well, it was a simple play. We had it flipped. He wanted it to the boundary, and we just kind of got confused there in the huddle. And so I tried to get things right. We ended up having it, had a chance, and I overthrew it. But that's part of the game sometimes. With the huddle operation, and sometimes you just got to make the most of guys, how it is with the play clock moving, and you just make the most of it. And fortunately, it didn't bite us.
Bo, I know you're probably derailed on your chance to talk to Troy by your enthusiastic chat with your coach, but unlike talking to a vet maybe after a tough drop, because Troy and you have the history you do, what kind of conversation do you have with him once you all get settled?
Well, I wouldn't put that as a drop on him. That was probably a 60-yard ball that he had to track down and catch, and the fact that he got to it when I overthrew it was pretty impressive. But those are ones that you watch on Sundays and sometimes you just miss. But it was good for him to get his first catch on the over. Thought he's very close to breaking out, and I think that I can help him a lot more than what I am. But those are it was very close. So we'd love to have it back, and I'll put probably a yard less on it, and he'll catch it.
Oh, Coach said with a smile that you still have some Ferris Bueller in you. Do you know that character from the movie?
Yeah, I've watched the movie. But I think it's funny, and that literally I think explains the situation, that we're just out there with great competitive intensity and fire, and we can have those conversations and move right back along and score another few touchdowns. It doesn't bother us.
Do you like that character?
Yeah, I think that movie's funny. I think it's a great movie. I've only seen it a handful of times because it's kind of old, but I think it's good.
Bo, you're wearing a Elway throwback. What did 1977 and all that stuff mean to you? How did you connect with everything like that?
Well, growing up is my dad's favorite quarterback. So, being a Bronco now with everything that he's done to lay this foundation for the guys that come after him and can play quarterback at a high level, and with my dad, that history, him being my dad's favorite player, it's just two guys that have put me in a situation to go out there and succeed. And so it was a great day to kind of pay tribute to those that came before you, and I had it in the closet and wanted to put it to use.
Last one, Brandon. Bo, you said you understood the rivalry. You've been in some big rivalries, but until you played in it, you wouldn't really understand it. So seeing the fans with everybody back in the alum, snapping that win streak, now do you have a better sense?
Yeah, it was huge. You could definitely tell during the game, the intensity. It was very high. Both teams were playing hard. It was a physical football game, going back and forth there at the beginning. And then I thought our crowd kind of helped us in the second half. They were huge, and that's what I was expecting. Coming here, that was outstanding. And it's huge when you can get a home field advantage like that. I think it does affect the other team. It kind of has to. There's a lot that goes into noise and your communication from the away team. So I think that was huge, and I definitely expect that moving forward. We give them something to cheer about, and they're loud the whole game. So that was really good to see.